Hello there, Taurus, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I'm going to be doing your October love reading. We'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying this message or resonating with it, I would really appreciate it if you would consider like, sharing, or subscribing. Okay, well, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing okay during this retrograde season. So let's take a look first at your overall energy for this month in your romantic love life. Ooh, change in the wind and message in a bottle. Really interesting. Okay, so the message in the bottle means that you could hear from somebody or you could be reaching out to somebody. But this message is either going to change your mind about a certain love situation, or it's going to change your mind about love in general. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at the tarot. Yeah, I get a sense that, there's something on the horizon, something on the horizon that's going to shake up your love life in one way or the other. So let's see what we have with the romance soulmate cards. Outcome, results, conclusion, ending. You will get a resolution. Okay, so that's kind of nice. I feel like, yeah, you could already have some kind of conflict. You could be even almost internally conflicted about love. There could be something there. And you're going to bring in more balance. And this goes right along with Libra season, right? We're in Libra season about bringing more balance either into a relationship or into your love life in general or your belief system about love. And yes, you're going to be saying yes to something. So if you have a decision coming up, of course, you always have free will, but it sounds like your answer might be yes. And then we have hidden path, detour, slow down, explore, go in a new direction. Yeah, I get the sense that there is such a change in either your relationship or in your belief system about love, especially with this retrograde, season. It's kind of like those feelings, those belief systems, past relationships, looking at patterns. Like it can be difficult during the retrograde season when all this is kind of coming up. And the message in a bottle could actually be a real message from somebody, or it could even be your intuition telling you you need to make a shift. And underneath that is yang, taking action. You may need to actually literally shift. For some of you, you might be moving. I don't know why I got that, but for some of you, you may be actually moving your location. But it's about shifting something, moving something. So let's go to the tarot. Let's get some more details. We're going to start with your present energy. So let's see what we have here. Five of Cups. Okay, so the one nice thing about the Five of Cups is that it's a five. And fives are all about change. And we definitely have change on the table. You're making a change. And we make changes when things are not good, right? They're not going our way. We're not happy where we are. Sometimes we stay in the same lane, the same path, and we just stay there because we haven't yet gotten to the point where we're really tired of it, right? And then it's finally when you're sitting there and you're kind of like, I cannot take this anymore. Finally, it's kind of like, okay, I've got to change. And the fives are about being in that energy of I am not happy, and then the sixes are actually about making the change and taking that first step. So for some of you, you could be actually like moving out if you're in a committed relationship and you're living together. You could be moving out. You could for some of you, you might be moving back home. I got that message. Now, the other thing about the Five of Cups is that, there's this energy of looking at the bad, if you will. There is no good and bad, but the bad of the relationship and not noticing the good, or possibly looking at the time and energy and being kind of upset about how much time and energy you put into a situation, but not realizing, well, I did learn some lessons, or there were some blessings along the way, and this card sometimes comes out when we're at kind of like the beginning of a separation or a breakup. This would definitely be that energy. So hugs out to you. Yeah, we have the Six of Cups on the bottom. It is retrograde season, so there could be, a message from somebody from the past, or this person that you're breaking up with or just recently broke up with. So let's take a look. Okay, they're falling out. This is your area of resistance or your obstacle. Ten of Wands. You're having a hard time putting down the burdens of either this relationship or the energy of this relationship or this person. You're having a hard time moving on. You're having a hard time because tens are about endings. You're having a hard time ending this relationship. So you may have moved out physically, but you haven't been able to move on emotionally. That type of energy. Okay, so let's see what your advice is. Six of Wands. Realize that you have some victory in this. Sometimes when we have the fives, the Five of Cups, we're kind of a little bit sitting in that really sad energy. Sad that something didn't work out. Sad that, this person didn't turn out to be the person that you thought that they were. Something like that. But once again, the Six of Wands is about accepting the victory of, whatever you learned from that situation. If you're the one that moved out, that takes a lot of courage, right? If you're like, okay, I can't take this anymore, and you pick up your things and you walk out the door, then it's about being, feeling victorious that you had the courage to leave. That you had the courage to stand up for your convictions. So if this person did something that made you feel sad, right? So maybe a betrayal or whatever. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, you crossed the boundary. I'm not going to put up with that. And you have moved out and you are moving on. But it's almost like you're not understanding just how much courage and strength you have in order to do that. Now, for some of you, if this person left you, okay, and you're, able to still get up and go to work or whatever it is, and you're still going on with life, you may be really sad, but you're going on with life, just recognizing, hey, you're progressing. You're going from a 5 to a 6, right? I like that. The fact that you are progressing. And sometimes when we go through a breakup, from one day to the next, it doesn't seem like progressing, but sometimes if you can take a look back, well, a week ago, or a month ago, or 6 months ago, or, even a year ago, okay, I have really made a lot of progress. And really kind of, accepting that. I think for a lot of you, this Tower moment, this ending could have also kind of like triggered your awakening. It could have helped you to kind of go inside and do some work, internal work, inner child work, that type of thing. Recognizing that even though this was a difficult ending, it's kind of like helped you to become a more conscious, more aware person. Yeah, really nice. Okay, so, and the outcome, Six of Swords, really nice. Queen of Cups, I love this because to me, the Queen of Cups is the epitome of you are really stepping back into loving yourself and accepting your worth and really kind of almost standing up for yourself. This situation, I really get a sense, could have, been part of your hidden path here, was that you needed to go on this independent journey. You had to go through this breakup so that it could open your heart and put you onto this path of self-awareness. And this self-awareness, this nurturing of yourself, is bringing you more into balance. And becoming more into balance is also going to help you to attract a true soulmate for you. Really, really nice. Now, for some of you, you know, we have the outcome card here. We have the outcome card. We also have fertility and fear. You know, like right now, you could be very fearful. You know, you could be concerned about your finances if you were kind of like, you know, kind of counting on this person for financial stability or something like that. You could be looking for a job, you know, not really sure about your finances. There's a lot of fear, but out of this fear, and look at the fear is a lightning bolt, a lot like the Tower card. Out of this fear becomes this new you, this bigger, stronger, you know, more courageous, more creative. Like this is making a huge change in you because you've had to go, you were suddenly thrown onto a new path. And you are going to get some resolution. To me, this card is especially to do with money. Like if I feel like if you're going through a divorce or there's some financial settlement or something here that you're waiting on, I feel like you're going to get that possibly, you know, during Libra season. You may not actually, you know, see the money, but the details are going to be taken care of. And because of that, you know, you're going to get some resolution. Perhaps you're kind of thinking about separating, but then by the end of Libra season, yeah, it's done. You know, you're moving out or whatever. Because you end with the Six of Swords, a definite sense of I am moving on. So I really like the progression that you have here. So let's look at this Five of Cups. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so, you know, there's a lot of passion here. The wands are all about, you know, the body. So there's a lot of passion here. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Like, you may have thought that this relationship was going to go the test of time. Now, this is not going to resonate for everybody, but for some of you, there could have been a Queen of Wands. There could have been a third party here. There could have been somebody that, you know, I'm not saying that there was an actual other relationship, but somebody that was kind of coming in and causing a little bit of chaos in this situation. I really get the sense that this whole situation is sparking you to go in a new direction, to really kind of look at what is it that you want in a long-term relationship. And that is really very much what we're doing in this retrograde season with all of these planets in retrograde. It's really about digging up, like, what is it that you really want in the long term? You could have, for some of you, almost like settled for somebody, you know, thinking that they were, for some reason, I want to say safe. They were a safe choice. You know, you almost like chose somebody that was not on your level, but you thought was going to be safe for some reason. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the, yeah. So your area of resistance. Wow, Ten of Wands again. So we have the Ten of Wands, clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of Wands energy here. Lots of passion. It could be that you chose to be with this person because it was very passionate, you know, fiery energy, physical, you know, a lot of physical attraction, but then there wasn't a lot of substance in the relationship in other ways. There is something, you know, about almost holding out. We have the Death card, and then we have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords, it can be a betrayal, but I almost get a sense that it's self-sabotaging. And then we have the Seven of Wands. You could be almost like trying to hold on to the hope that this relationship is going to transform, like that this person is going to change. But I'm going to say from the other cards, I don't think that that is going to happen. And so what you're doing is you're holding out so much hope for this person to change and to come back, almost like you want to hear from them. You want to hear that things are not going to be chaotic again. That it's going to move into calmer waters automatically. But this is your obstacle. So, in other words, it's not going to transform. This person is not going to transform. This relationship is not going to transform. Now, it's not at this time. Doesn't mean that it can't at some other point. But right now, the energies are way too chaotic. It's not going to change at this time. It's really about you taking action. You need to take action. You need to move forward. The cards are pretty consistent with that, about you moving forward. Let's just have this message in a bottle. Let's see what the message is. I keep looking at it and I keep thinking it's like a legal agreement. Okay, like you finally hear, like, the divorce is settled, or the custody, is settled, or the financial, settlement has come through. But let's see what we have here. Yeah. Okay. Your hopes, you may get a message from this person, but I think when you get this message, it's also going to kind of dash your hopes of reviving this situation. And for some of you, you could learn that there is a third party. There's something, you're going to learn some information that is not going to make you happy. I'm sorry to say. And that won't resonate with everybody, but I almost feel like your guides and angels are having this message come to you, and you may not even actually hear from this person. You may hear from a friend of a friend, or see on social media or something that all of a sudden they're dating somebody new. It could even be this Queen of Wands, okay? They're dating somebody new, and it's going, it's like your hopes die almost right there. But it's almost as if, the divine is putting that moment on your path because you're having a hard time moving on. And so they're kind of like, okay, well, we got to, kind of give Taurus a little jolt here and get Taurus going on the progress, It's like, yeah, don't hold out hope for this situation because it doesn't look like it's going to be revived. All right, so let's go to the Six of Wands. Oh my gosh. That person is not on your path because there's something so much better coming in. You have had to wait a long time. You've had to get a different perspective. It is about perspective. Look at this. You're moving on. There's victory in the fact that there's new love coming in and a very happy family. What you need to do is really get into your Empress energy. This is also for some of you, you could be having a child. Definitely lots of love in this situation. This new person is coming in and offering love, but it's going to be long term. But you can't get this until you clean this out. And that's why I think you're getting this message in a bottle. I think you're getting this because it's like your angels and guides are like, okay, we got to get Taurus moving because we got something awesome coming in. That's really nice. The Empress, I'm going to say, is also the person that knows her worth. Okay? She knows she's creative. She's beautiful. She's nurturing. She loves herself. She loves everybody around her. She's financially stable. She's got like all the tools in the toolbox, right? And she's looking really good. And she knows I don't have to chase after anybody. Like, I'm just going to sit here on my throne and look good and be nurturing and, work on my finances and stuff. And my perfect soulmate is going to come to me. It's that energy of you do not have to chase. You only have to step into your loving yourself. And this Ace of Cups also represents you loving you, Taurus. Stepping into that energy of changing your perspective. It could be in the past you felt like you had to go after, okay, because we did have the yang here. You could have been like going after. This is also divine masculine energy, and the Empress is definitely divine feminine energy, right? You could have almost, when you're chasing, you're more of the divine masculine energy. Everybody has divine masculine and divine feminine in them. It's not about gender, it's about the energy. But if you're doing the chasing, okay, if this is resonating with you, that's the divine masculine. Okay, and what happens is you need to step into your divine feminine and realize you don't have to chase. You are worthy, okay? You're going to allow the divine masculine, once again, it's not about gender, but the divine, you step into your divine feminine and allow the divine masculine to come your way. And, if you're resonating the other way, it's just flipping the energies, right? Okay, you can flip the energies. But it's that energy of just really loving yourself, loving your life, being in a high vibration, super high vibration. And then, you're going to attract this person in. Now, I think it's interesting because we have balance. You're somehow within yourself bringing your divine masculine and feminine into balance, but then also attracting, right? Your divine masculine or feminine counterpart. Really nice. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the Six of Swords. Oh, Ace of Pentacles, Five of Swords in reverse, and Knight of Swords with the Hangman on the bottom again. Lots of wisdom here through this whole situation. Okay, so for some of you, you are going to get, some solid offer. Some solid offer, it could be a date. It could be some solid offer is going to come in. And I think it's going to be from, somebody that's loving. You're suddenly going to get out of your head. It's kind of like you get out of your head. The Five of Swords is like regrets up in your head. And you're going to go after, you're going to allow, let me go back to that, allow somebody to come towards you. For some of you, this could be the person from the past. But it's kind of like, I feel like, no, it's not. Okay. They're telling me no. You're not going to have any regrets about what has transpired in the past, about your decisions that you've made in the past. Like you're suddenly getting a different perspective of what has happened in the past. You're understanding that you are different because of that experience. And it's almost like you're embracing it. You have the victory and because you've brought into balance, so much. We have the Strength card, the Temperance card. Look at all of that. It's really about bringing it into balance because Temperance is about balance. Justice, you've had the Justice card a couple of times. You could, once again, be dealing with a Libra, but it doesn't have to be. Really interesting. Okay. Well, Taurus, I would say from the cards, and you do have free will, I feel like you're not going to be reuniting. I think you're moving on to something much better than what you had in the past. And the key here is really allowing this person to come, to shift your perspective out of, just oh, I've lost, so much or something like that. Shifting your perspective, understanding that there are lessons to have been learned from this past situation. And it's going to kind of almost become clear, because once again, the message in the bottle could be like almost like your intuition or some like epiphany, like you're kind of like, oh my goodness, yeah, why did I put up with that? And shifting into, I deserve better, right? And then you attract the better person. Partnership. Once you have decided to walk your path in partnership, you must put your relationship first. I feel like for some of you, when you come into this new energy, it is about putting this relationship in perspective. There is definitely something about perspective here, about putting it into perspective and keeping that balance between divine feminine and masculine, allowing, the temperance card is, the card of, typically the two vases, and trying to combine oil and water, two things that don't go together, and having to, really work with it to get, them to combine. It's really about having to learn how to work with those different energies within a relationship, and allowing this to grow. Really really nice energy there. Okay, so let's go to the romance angel cards. I think for a lot of you, this is, definitely on your spiritual path. It's kind of like part of your soul's evolution. Okay, stay optimistic. Pay attention to the red flags, heart-to-heart conversation, healing family issues. I do feel like for some of you, there is something about legal, because we had the justice card a couple of times. I think there is some legal things that are coming in perhaps, but it is about, making sure that I really get a sense of standing up for yourself, making sure that you understand your worth, and then standing up for yourself, whether through conversations with somebody from the past, okay, because we have the message in the bottle, the red flags, like when you get this message or whatever, kind of like not reading it for what it says and not trying to turn it into something else. And then just staying optimistic about your future love life. Okay, so let's go to your angel messages. Eternity. Gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. Allow each breath to heal you as you drift to a place beyond time. Eternity exists within you, forever sparkling like a diamond. You are, in essence, a shining star, forever transforming in ever greater light. It really is about truly stepping into your light and protecting your light, like recognizing that you have so much light and owning it. It's almost like owning it, being the empress, and really owning it, and not allowing others to kind of dim your light or steal your light. Like recognizing that you can share your light with others, but you don't necessarily have to, dim your light in order to be on the level of somebody else. And I think that's what you did in the past. I think you dimmed your light to kind of meet their level. And it's kind of like it didn't get you where you wanted to go. And now it's about you're stepping into your light, and that vibration is higher, so you're going to attract somebody at that higher level. So don't let them dim your light, Taurus. Well, I hope you enjoyed this message, and if you did, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider sharing, or subscribing. And I wish you much love and light in this situation and all your situations, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.